Hey guys, what's going on? It's Vic here, back with another Madden 23 rebuild. I know I haven't done one of these in a while, but we are here with the Cleveland Browns with the new addition of Deion Jones. Now, I don't know the full trade details because as I'm recording this, it is currently 11:41 on the Sunday night. Another Sunday night, boys, you guys already know. But Deion Jones was traded away to the Browns from the Falcons, even though he is on IR. So on my roster, I can't move him intentionally. So I had to, turn off injuries and stuff, and then forcefully had to move him, which was kind of a pain. But the Browns only had to trade away "quote unquote" late draft capital to get him. So I traded away a sixth round pick to get him. I don't know necessarily what it is. It could be a fifth. It could be a fourth round pick. I wouldn't really consider a fourth to be too late in the draft. But if it's a fifth round pick, boohoo. I don't even use it in the draft anyways. I just simulate to the end of the drafts in my simulations whenever I get past the third round. So this is the team that we are rocking with. I'm going to start with Jacoby Brissett. And Jacoby Brissett has actually been pretty good for the Browns. He hasn't been like amazing to where he's beating good teams. Like he's lost to the Chargers, the Falcons, and I think he's lost to the Jets. I don't quote me on that. He might have beaten them, but yeah, he's been doing pretty decent for a second string QB. Actually, great for a second string QB. But the man here, Nick Chubb, right now, currently, I'm not saying in the past couple years, currently in the NFL right now, he is probably the best back in the league. Dude gets a touchdown like every single week. He is a freak if you got him in a fantasy. Lucky for you. Unfortunately, I drafted Alvin Kamara, who is terrible, by the way. I mean, against the Seahawks, he did good, but it's the Seahawks. Who cares? And then we got the dual threat with Kareem Hunt in the backfield. I don't know what I'll do with him. In real life, this dual threat is amazing, but in Madden, it just doesn't quite work out. Amari Cooper is good, but we need some youth on this wide receiving core. Speaking of youth, we got David Njoku, who was, in my opinion, a little bit overpaid, but still, he's a decent player. Great offensive line here. Just overall amazing. Deshaun Watson, I'll start over Jacoby Brissett whenever Week 12 hits against the Texans, aka whenever his sexual assault suspension is gone. Jadeveon Clowney here, Myles Garrett, Chase Winovich, Denzel Ward, Greedy Williams, Greg Newsome, Ronnie Harrison, Grant Delpit. God, I hate this name. It pisses me off every time I have to mention it. I have to. John Johnson, please. And it's not just John Johnson. It's John Johnson III. So 3 generations of people couldn't stop to think how unusually retarded this name is. It pisses me off every time I see it. Anyways, John Johnson. It's so frustrating to look at that. We're looking at the rest of the team. We got Villodes, JOK, Deion Jones, of course. Interior defensive line we need to work on a little bit. And I'm not gonna move Clowney inside. There's really not too much here to fix with the Browns. That's why they went all in with the Deshaun Watson move here. But hopefully he doesn't sexually assault his teammates, or maybe they might give him a free massage. But anyways, it is now time to move into the midseason mark and see what Jacoby Brissett has for this team in simulation. So let's move into it. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 3-4, and the Bengals 5-2, Ravens 5-2, Steelers are 2-5. I'm gonna make sure that Sean Watson gets in. Choosing the draft class, I'm just gonna keep auto-generated rookies. I always think it's too early in the year to decide who's gonna be the best of the best players. You never know. Breakout wide receiver as well. This could be huge for us. Disappointed coach. What? For real? Okay. Get Amari Cooper 4+ touchdowns? Not happening. Especially against our 5-2 division rivals. That's not going to happen. Players ready to negotiate. Let's see who we have here. We're going to have Kareem Hunt. I think this has to be a trade. Like in real life, this is not going to happen. He requested a trade. But how many years? See, 4 years is just not going to work. He starts regression at 28. I don't need dual threat running backs. He just has to be traded. And I think I'm going to trade him for a wide receiver, so let's move to that. Okay, we're trading away Kareem Hunt and Gabe Davis and a second-round pick from the Buffalo Bills. I can already hear this is so unrealistic. The Bills would never trade away a great wide receiver like Gabe Davis. Well, they've been trying to figure out the running back room, and even though some people say Devin Singletary isn't horrible, but he's not horrible, he's just not amazing. So we got Gabe Davis now, improving our wide receiver core. Jadeveon Clowney. 1 year, I will do this. Player-friendly, let's do player-friendly 1 year. And I don't have the salary cap, never mind, so it doesn't really matter. Jack Conklin, I really, really want to keep him long-term. We don't have the salary, so let me make something happen and just tank this down so that way I can tag him next year. Why does it keep kicking me out every single time? 5-year. Can I see where my negative cap is so that way I can see how close I am? But I want to try and get this really low so I can tag him later. I guess I don't have the money to tag him at all. Jack Conklin might just walk in general. I can't really see where our negative cap room lies unless I'm just blind, which I probably am. Ronnie Harrison is going to be a no too. I don't even think I would resign. That's a creepy ass smile, by the way. Greedy Williams would be a player that I would love to resign. We just don't have the money. Yeah, I'm negative $7 million. I just saw the negative. Chase Winovich, no. We just don't have the money. It's as simple as that. I couldn't even re-sign Kareem Hunt if I wanted to. So for those guys raging in the comments, deal with it. Anyways, I'm going to put Deshaun Watson in against the Texans. So I'm going to simulate this week by week, but you'll see me in the playoffs. Okay, so the CPU auto-adjusted it. I should have checked this before, but of course, the CPU does what it does best. It auto-adjusted it, so whenever we traded for Gabe Davis at the midseason mark, they threw in Deshaun Watson. So I can't do anything about it. I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm not going to restart the rebuild. Boo-hoo, cry about it. He played an extra 4 games. We're just going to simulate to the playoffs. And here we are in the playoffs coming off a win to the Pittsburgh Steelers as we are 11-6 top of the division. Deshaun Watson might have a little bit to do with that, but I honestly think we probably would have gone like 9-8 without him because Jacoby Brissett was honestly balling with us before, so it's fine. We are 11-6 here to face the Kansas City Chiefs. And what does Deshaun Watson provide? Obviously not much because he was only in a half a season. Wow, Jacoby Brissett put up less interceptions in that half a season, but less yards and less touchdowns. Nice completion percentages from both of them. Nick Chubb beast 22 touchdowns, 5.1 average, 1,300 yards. Amari Cooper, 1,400 yards, 14 touchdowns. That's got to be an X factor. Donovan Peoples-Jones, 13 touchdowns, 1,100 yards. Gabe Davis, a little bit disappointing, but still, Donovan Peoples-Jones popped off. David Njoku did 10 touchdowns. Donovan Peoples-Jones is going to get star dev, and Amari Cooper is going to get X Factor. Looking at it defensively, JOK, 119 tackles for a loss, 14 for Clowney, and then 13 for, who is that? Garrett. Sacks, 12 for Clowney. No, 12 for Myles Garrett, 11.5 for Clowney. He's usually a god in simulation, but I don't think, well, we can't even re-sign him, so whatever, it is what it is. Interception, 7 for Denzel Ward, 4 for Ronnie Harrison, who we're not going to re-sign. And safety, 0 defensive touchdowns is 1 for Ronnie Harrison. So anyways, guys, apart from that, it is now time to see if we can beat the Kansas City Chiefs to move on to the divisional round in our very first year with Deshaun Watson himself. We can. 24-21 here to face the 10-7 Los Angeles Chargers. Can we get to the conference championship in year 1? We can. 24-14 here to face the Bills, year 1. Let's get into the game. Let's see if we can win this year 1. Let's see if we can beat the Bills. Let's just move into it. And here we are against the Bills as it is 0-0. We had a third down alert. I guess nothing happened. And we are first to strike on the board in the second quarter, 7-7 now as they strike back. And we strike back once again, 14-7 against the Bills, 14-14. Almost halftime here. Let's get 3 points before the half or let them have a touchdown before half. And we're going to get a field goal before half, 17-21. They're driving down the field. They get a touchdown, 17-28, of course, 20-28, and 35-20. That probably put a dagger in it. And yeah, they're going to continue to blow us out here, 42-20, and they're going to keep piling it on, I think. Come on, what are you doing? What are you doing? Don't do that. Yeah, they're just going to keep doing it. Yeah, we're going to get crushed here by 29 points, 20-49 as the Bills are going to the Super Bowl. Not really a surprise there. Let's just move to the offseason. And the Packers beat the Bills in the Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers wins Super Bowl MVP. Josh Allen wins league MVP. I could actually see this happening in real life, other than Matt Rule being the coach of the year. And yeah, that's not going to happen. Aaron Donald, defensive player of the year. Fortunately, there is no Browns here for any other awards. We're going to look into the roster to see if there is any development upgrades. Amari Cooper better have an X factor, or else I'm going to give it to him. He does have an X factor. Donovan Peoples-Jones, if you want to cry in the comments and say, oh, you're cheating, say it. I don't care. Donovan Peoples-Jones had an absolute beast season. He's going to deserve at least star development. Let's see the season he had, just so that way people don't shit on me. 1,100 yards, 82 receptions, and 13 touchdowns. That deserves at least star development, okay? Looking at it defensively, who do we got? Ronnie Harrison gets superstar. Too bad he's not going to be with us. He doesn't even have an interest in signing with us. Surprised Jadeveon Clowney didn't get an upgrade. Denzel Ward gets an upgrade. That's sick. And Taki, is it Taki or Takai? I don't know. Whatever. Taki it is. But he gets a dev up. And yeah, we're going to move in to the re-sign players, even though we don't really have the money to re-sign. But it kind of says we do. We do, not does. Makes no sense. Let's see what our cap room is, because it says it's 20 million. Yeah, it says it's 22 million. Maybe we can get Ronnie Harrison back. I would love to see that. Mainly Jack Conklin is my concern. Clowney. 1 year. I have 8 million in cap, so I can't use it on Clowney. Conklin is a guy that I want back. Regression for offensive lineman didn't start till like 32. Let's up this a little bit for him and see what we got. He re-signs with a team. That's actually huge. Ronnie Harrison, I would really, really like back, but we also have Grant Delpit, so we're going to extend this, up this money for him, and he resigns. Perfect. Okay, we also have Grant Delpit, Jadeveon Clowney, Greedy Williams. Do I spend... I don't want to spend an extra year on Clowney whenever I have Myles Garrett. Greedy Williams is good depth as well, so we extend that deal. Clowney, can we still get him? I don't think I even want him. Takai or Taki, no. Our center isn't that bad, but he's really not going to progress. And Jadeveon Clowney, we can't get him. He's going to be a negative cap room. So unfortunately, that's all we can get. I don't know where we got that cap room from, but it is what it is. I'm not going to complain. I'm going to skip out on free agency. We have no money. Let's just get to the draft. And with my second round pick, late second round pick, Florida State, go Noles, baby. Taylor Jackson at defensive tackle. I mean, he's a speed rusher archetype. That would more like a run stuffer, but yeah, it is what it is. I just saw the A finesse moves, A tackle, and I was like, good enough for a late second round pick. So there he is, I guess. So here we are after the draft, as it looks like the CPU picked up a guard, Matthew White, left guard. Rookie, 73 overall. He's going to be moving into center. You guys already know, as this O-line has already been repaired, and I didn't even pick this guy. It looks like we probably got him in the 4th round. Where is... looks like I drafted a bust wide receiver. He was like 5'8", but he was a speed demon, so it looks like we don't have to worry about that. Defensively, where was my defensive tackle? Jackson, 74 overall, 75 with the boost. So it seems like we made a good pick. He just unfortunately doesn't have a development, but that's fine for now. Grant Delpit, I don't know what I want to do with, because I already re-signed Greedy Williams. I feel like, how big is he? 6'3", 213. I can move him to outside linebacker here. JOK is right outside linebacker. He's just playing left outside linebacker right now. So Grant Delpit is going to move over to the left outside linebacker position. I feel like I do this pretty often. JOK, you are right outside linebacker, just making sure. And we're going to refresh that. JOK is over there. Specialist, Nick Chubb. Got all that, and yeah, we're looking pretty good. So apart from that, guys, I would say that it is now time to move into the midseason mark and the second year. Grant Delpit, trade offers, decline. Anyways, let's move into the midseason. Here we are at the midseason mark, as we are 1-5. Okay, we are making an immediate playbook change. We're not rocking with that. We are definitely not rocking with that. We're going to rock Tampa Bay's playbook offensively and defensively. I usually go with the Patriots, so yeah, let's try that. Yeah, we're not rocking with 1-5, boys, for sure. For sure, we're not doing that, and I think the team is honestly a little bit better. I mean, we lost Clowney, but whatever. 2 breakout players, I'm not really going to go into that because they usually never get it. So, scouting national focus, I'm not even going to worry about that either. The CPU can do it if they want to. John Johnson, as much as your name pisses me off, you're kind of valuable to the team. We don't have a lot of cap room, John Johnson. I hate to break it to you. But he still signs with the team. I don't really know why I gave him that much money. Yeah, I really don't. Deion Jones. We're in negative cap room. He doesn't really have an interest in signing. He's 28 years old. And we have Gabe Davis and Jedrick Wills here. What the hell? Oh, and Grant Delpit's here. Oh, and Donovan Peoples-Jones. Gabe... dude. Dude. This is bad. Yeah, I should have looked at my... Yeah, I should have looked at my other players first. So, Deion Jones, who the Browns traded for, is probably going to be gone. Gabe Davis, who I traded for Kareem Hunt's probably going to be gone. Our first-round pick is probably going to be gone. Oh, man, this cap room situation is screwing us because Deshaun Watson's just money-hungry and he's massage-hungry. So, anyways, let's move into the playoffs. And, whoa. The playbook change definitely worked here, boys, as we're coming off a win to the Bengals, miracle win, because they were 13-4. They probably didn't care. They probably secured a first-round bye no matter what. 10-7 Browns here to face the 10-7 Las Vegas Raiders. Stats and awards, let's see what we got here. Deshaun Watson being a beast and sexually harassing the NFL and sexually assaulting that MVP. Number 1 MVP, that's going to be Superstar Dev, 6th best offense in the NFL, and defensively 10th, baby. 5,000 yards, 49 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions. Almost a nice completion percentage. Great year. Nick Chubb, down year from last year, but it's still a great year. 4.7 average, 14 touchdowns, 1,300 yards. Cooper, 106 receptions, 1,500 yards, 12 touchdowns. Gabe Davis, 9 touchdowns, almost 1,100 yards. Great to see he has a step up. Him and Donovan Peoples-Jones, who both had a great year, are probably not going to be re-signing with the team. Looking at it defensively, Deion Jones, 122 tackles, probably not going to be re-signing with the team. Tackles for a loss, 18 for Myles Garrett. Sacks, 20 for Myles Garrett, but really nobody else helped with that. Grant Delpit, really, with the second highest. That's sad. Interceptions, 1 for Grant Delpit. Very lackluster. Safeties, 1 for Myles Garrett. Defensive touchdowns is 0. So let's see if we can beat the Raiders and move on to the divisional round. Please, Deshaun Watson, do what you do best. No square touching, and he did it. He touched the no square. 41-31 as the Raiders lose to us. Here to face the 13-4 Bengals, who we beat in Week 17. Can we beat them again? I highly doubt it, because the Bengals are a very good team, obviously. And we do it again, 42-21. Now, can we actually get past the challenging part? The Tennessee Titans. Well, I mean, I think the Bengals are probably more of a challenging part than the Titans, but still, we lost in the conference championship last year. Let's see if we can actually win this year and move into it. And here we are against the Tennessee Titans in the first quarter, and we are going to strike first, 3-0 against the Titans. Let's get a 2-possession lead. I mean, sure, we'll take a field goal. And 6-3, very like we're playing soccer here. Come on, guys. 13-3, 13-10. That's more like it. Halftime winding down, 20-10 right at halftime. And then we get the ball to start, 27-10. We might just do it this time, boys. Nah, I jinxed it for sure. They're gonna win, are they? Now let's see what we got. 30-24. Come on. Just hold the ball. There you go. 38-24. Anything else? Anything else you guys want to show? 38-24 is going to be your final score, as we've made it to the Super Bowl in the second year of the rebuild. So this is already a successful rebuild, regardless if we win or lose. And we're doing it with Deion Jones, so that's sick. Here we are against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the Super Bowl. I want to see who their QB is. Is it still Tom Brady is the question on everybody's mind. It is Jacoby Brissett. Oh my God, dude. No way. Okay, let's see. Deshaun Watson better have gotten superstar. He did. No surprise there. Gabe Davis should get superstar as well, but I'm not going to force it on him because, you know, people will always get mad. Matthew White only has star dev. That's fine with me. He's great either way. And do we got anything else here? I don't see anything in particular. Unfortunate that our rookie did not get a star dev, but he didn't really do much either. So we're going to get into the Super Bowl against the Jacoby Brissett Buccaneers and see if we can beat Jacoby Brissett and his former team. Well, Jacoby Brissett's former team is every team. He's played for every team. He's like Ryan Fitzpatrick. Let's move into it. And here we are against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as it is 0-0, obviously. And they're driving down the field already. 7-0 strike already for the Buccaneers, and we strike back 7-7. It looks like they're going to strike back again. 10-7. Let's put a touchdown on the board and take this lead 10-10. Never mind. We tie it. Right before half, can we take it? We do not. And at 10-10, our ball. Now it's the Buccaneers' ball driving down the field. This is just back and forth football. Come on. Offense, wake up. And at least we finally take our first lead. Then we immediately lose it. We're punting. We cannot choke this. Come on. Don't let them get the 2 score, and we don't even score in general. Jacoby Brissett wearing number 12. Tom Brady's number. The GOAT Jacoby Brissett is going to be wearing. He's going to be winning the Super Bowl against Deshaun Watson. It just proves all along that he should have been the starter. They should have paid him the, $250 million guaranteed in the offseason as Chandon Sullivan. Is that an auto-generated player, or is that just a rookie I've never heard about? Wins the Super Bowl MVP. Deshaun Watson wins the league MVP, and there are no other awards here for the Cleveland Browns. We have already looked at the player upgrades, so we're going to move into the recent players. Hopefully we have some type of money. I don't know where we would get it from, but last season we got some type of money. I honestly don't know where we got it from. But 12 million, see, randomly just appears. 2023 retirements. I forgot to look at the retirements last time. It was probably a retirement. AFC North, 2 Ravens players retire. And we're going to see the players ready to negotiate here. And I want Gabe Davis back so bad, but Deion Jones is kind of the main point of this. Jedrick Wills, but we all know Gabe Davis has to come back. I traded for him. He's going to need to come back. Can I send that in? And yeah, he resigns. I'm not going to have money for Jedrick Wills. Yeah, I just don't, unfortunately. Deion Jones, Jedrick Wills, Corey Bojorquez, Grant Delpit, Donovan Peoples-Jones, I would have liked him back too. I just don't have the money. We're in negatives. Deshaun Watson and David Njoku's consuming all of our money. Let's move to the draft. And in the late 3rd round, Paul Logan, not Logan Paul, Paul Logan, our first hidden development draft that I drafted personally, 90 speed out of Penn State, pass coverage linebacker. I didn't really see any Fs on the board from him. I mean, I guess stamina, but overall, late 3rd round pick, that's great. Already replacing Deion Jones. Here we are with the overlook of the team going into the next season. No Jedrick Wills, unfortunate, sad face. This is the Parks guy. Yeah, Warren Parks. This was the speed demon that I picked up in the previous year. We didn't really get to see him. He's not that bad of an overall, 73 overall. I mean, he's only 5'8", but he could probably pop off for us in the slot. I also got a different wide receiver in the draft. Was it Langford? I don't know. Yeah, Khalil Langford out of Iowa, 72. Not that bad of a player. He's just not that amazing either. Schwartz, I'm still going to start over him, and David Bell. They're still pretty young. But I would like Parks. Is it Will? Yeah. Warren Parks to be my slot guy because he is that speed demon specialist. He's going to be in the slot. Jackson, Paul Logan, not Logan Paul, is going to be my specialist starting middle linebacker. And yeah, we are looking pretty good. He's only a 68 overall, but it's fine. It's better than what we had, that 64 Smith before. So yeah, anyways, guys, apart from that, it's now time to get into third year as our team slowly, progressively gets worse. And let's move into the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark, once again going 1-5. What is the problem, dude? 30. How do we have the 32nd best offense? Makes no sense. Makes no sense whatsoever at all, dude. What? 32nd best offense. Sure, EA. Kansas City's offense. Let's run that instead. What's the problem, dude? That makes no sense. Anyways, coming off a loss to the Cowboys, breakout D-line never really works out. It's fine. We're going to go Nick Chubb. And needs to stay on this team. I don't care how much we got to pay him. Will you just accept this since you want to stay? He does, and he wants to stay. Braden Mann, you're a punter. Wait, does he not accept that? I guess he didn't accept that? Oh, no, this is Amari Cooper. I'm an idiot. Amari Cooper, yeah, he needs to stay as well. I don't care if it's 4 years. He's going to stay with us to the end of the rebuild as he resigns. Braden Mann, let's look at other people first. Greg Newsome is definitely a guy I want back. Up the money for him a little bit, and he resigns. We got JOK. Yeah, JOK needs to come back. He wants more of a deal, player friendly. Let's up the money more. And he resigns as well. Braden Mann, I mean, I guess we're living lavishly. Sure, we'll resign a punter. We'll give you a 5-year deal, and that's it. You need to convince me. Okay, no, dude, if you don't want to play for us, that's fine. I'm not going to pay you extra money because you're a punter, okay? Get off my team. You can go back to the Jets. Anyways, let's just simulate to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs going 9-8, come back on the season, but bottom of the division because the rest of the division is just so goated. Our offensive points per game is 9th. Passing is 21st with the Kansas City's playbook. So I guess I'll just go into a Ravens running scheme for the next season because obviously Deshaun Watson just doesn't want to pass the ball. He still has Gabe Davis, David Njoku, plenty of time to throw the ball behind this offensive line. Amari Cooper, speed demon. He's just not getting it done. We're going to change to Baltimore's playbook. We're going to go into a running scheme here. See what we got. Is that ball? Did I miss it? I must have missed it. Come on. Go get me back to it. Dallas. I'm an idiot, dude. I'm an idiot, I swear. Come on. Come on, Baltimore. There we go. Why wouldn't they just put it in ABC order? Or do they put it in the coach's name of ABC order? If they do, I feel embarrassed that I've never noticed. Stats and awards, let's see what we got here. Not great in passing yards, but good in passing touchdowns. 12th best offense, 19th best defense. Maybe that's the problem. 4,300 yards, 38 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Still not a bad season overall. And then Nick Chubb, 15 touchdowns, 6.2 average, almost 1,400 yards. This is why we should be giving Nick Chubb the ball. Amari Cooper, 1,200 yards, 9 touchdowns. David Njoku, 7 touchdowns, 800 yards. Gabe Davis, David Bell, not impressive. And it looks like my slot wide receiver got auto-subbed out. That's annoying. Paul Logan, not Logan Paul. 131 tackles for a loss, 19 for Myles Garrett. Sacks, 15.5 for Myles Garrett. Junior Walker, 8.5 sacks. Interesting. Taylor Jackson, 3.5. Interceptions, 5 for Denzel Ward. Safeties is 1 for Myles Garrett. Defensive touchdowns is 0. So it went from a Super Bowl team to 9-8. Kind of sounds like the Bengals in real life. And we're going to move on to the offseason. And Patrick Mahomes wins the Super Bowl MVP while beating the Packers in the Super Bowl. Josh Allen wins another league MVP. And there are no awards here for the Cleveland Browns. I would expect my slot guy to get the Rookie of the Year. But no, he got auto-subbed out, which is very annoying. Offensively, any upgrades? I see none. Defensively, any upgrades? Paul Logan is only a starter, which is fine with me. And yeah, I don't see any upgrades, which is definitely disappointing, but it's fine. Not really going to complain about it too much. Okay, I can't see the retired players until I move on to the next week. But yeah, we're going into the 4th and final season. We already technically have won the Super Bowl with Deion Jones. Well, no, we didn't win the Super Bowl, but it's a successful rebuild because we made it to the Super Bowl already. But still, let's see what we got here for the AFC North. And Morgan Moses retires. I don't really think he mattered with Daniel Fillet as their starter. I don't know how you pronounce his name, but it's fine. Braden Mann, hell no, you asked for way too much money. And we're already in negative cap room, aren't we? Yeah, we don't even have the money anyways. Let's just into the draft. And with my first round pick in this entire rebuild, Derek Holiday, hidden development, 6'6" out of Wisconsin, run stopper, 93 strength. Great addition to the defense. Bruce Moore, defensive end out of Alabama, not really the best in strength and Skills we don't really know too much about, but he looks overall a solid player, hidden development. I'm going to move him over to right end. And here we are after the draft, as it looks like they moved Conklin to left tackle, and it looks like the CPU selected a right tackle. Defensively, looking into it, Holiday is an 80 overall with the boost, 76 without it. Still an amazing pick. And Moore over here is going to play left end, and then I think is Myles Garrett already a designated right end, or is he left end? No, he's already a designated right end. Never mind, I'm not going to need to switch anything around. Still think those were two really, really good picks, especially for their value. Then I got a left outside linebacker, Davis. Got him in the 3rd round. Doesn't really seem to be that good, but it's all good with me. I'm fine with all this. That smile is always so creepy, dude. Anyways, apart from that, guys, I think I'm going to officially move Tyler Conklin over to left tackle. Maybe that might help. I mean, we're paying him as if he's a right tackle, so he's just going to have to suck it up and deal with it. We don't have money to pay him anyways. But, yeah. Anyways, guys, apart from that, it's time to simulate the 4th and final season, so we're not going to need the midseason mark. Let's just skip to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs going 14-3 top the division. How did we not get a first-round bye? That's crazy. Chiefs must have gone 15-2. Yeah, Chiefs get the first seed. How it always is, but, anyways, stats and awards. Let's see what we got here. Deshaun Watson, not that great because we're in a running scheme. We're in Baltimore scheme. 9th best offense, though. 1st best defense. Running scheme it is. Still not a bad ratio here. I mean, even though he didn't get it done passing-wise, still 68% completion percentage is great. Nick Chubb, 22 touchdowns. Deshaun Watson with 7 rushing touchdowns, almost 1,000 yards rushing. So in total, the dude had a low amount of interceptions. In total, if you add up his rushing yards with his passing yards and his rushing touchdowns, he still had a great season overall. Nick Chubb, 1,600 yards, 5.6 average, and 22 touchdowns. Amazing year. Amari Cooper, obviously, we're a running team, so we're going to have lackluster receiver numbers. But David Njoku, still a red zone threat, 10 touchdowns, along with Gabe Davis with 8. And then looking at it defensively, Paul Logan, 121 tackles for a loss, 18 for Myles Garrett, sacks, 20.5 for Myles Garrett, as he continues to be a havoc for this team. Junior Walker, only with 5 this year. Interceptions, 2 for Greedy Williams, 2 for Denzel Ward, still the 9th best ranked defense in the league. Derek Holiday with the safety in his rookie year, and 1 defensive touchdown for Denzel Ward. So anyways, guys, apart from that, let's see if we can beat the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are 10-7, to move on to the divisional round. Could we do it in the final year? Wow, we lose our first wild card game in the entire rebuild to the Jaguars when we were 14-3. That is unfortunate. We're going to send to the Super Bowl. We're going to send past the Super Bowl to see who wins in the offseason. We're going to give a final overlook of the team. But this is technically still a successful rebuild because we did make the Super Bowl, even though we did lose to Jacoby Brissett. As long as we make the Super Bowl, it's considered successful. So anyways, guys, I thank you guys all for watching. Let me know which team you'd like me to rebuild next, as the Packers beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. And it looks like Zach Casey, a DB for the Packers, auto-generated player, is going to win the Super Bowl MVP. Michael Carter. There's so many Michael Carters in the NFL. There's one on the Jets for a running back. There's another on the Jets, Michael Carter II, as a defensive back. And now there's a Michael Carter for the Buccaneers QB who just won the league MVP, auto-generated player. No awards here for the Cleveland Browns, unfortunately, but this is going to be the 4th, well, not the 4th, but more like the 5th, 8th, whatever, final overlook of the team. And, yeah, we had a pretty good run, especially in the end there, and I did enjoy this rebuild. Even though we didn't finish out with Deion Jones, we still made the first 2 years worth his while because he did make the Super Bowl, at least 2 star development players in that final year as well. I'll never get over the Ronnie Harrison's creepy smile and John Johnson's retarded name. Anyways, guys, I'll see you guys all in the next one.